It's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Dowling from the website kangaroocourtofaustralia.com. Now, I'm about to play a video, an interview with Lachlan Murdoch from 2018, where he makes certain admissions which could end up costing himself and his father, Rupert Murdoch, and their companies, News Corp and Fox News and Fox Network, billions of dollars. Because there's a number of court cases that are currently in progress where they're getting sued, and also Lachlan Murdoch suing Crikey in Australia. That could end up costing him a lot of money. And one of the key elements of those court cases is whether or not Lachlan Murdoch and his father Rupert Murdoch direct their journalists what they can and can't say and what they should and shouldn't say. Now, you'll see in this interview from 2018, Lachlan saying, he doesn't tell journalists what to say at the newspapers. But then he goes on to say he works closely with the managers of those newsrooms and also the managers of the newspapers. Now, the managers of the newsrooms are the editors who work directly with the journalists and direct the journalists what they can and can't say and should and shouldn't say. And Lachlan says the reason he works closely with them is because it's important that they get their positioning and messaging right. Well, they're meant to be newsrooms reporting the news. What positioning and what messaging are they trying to get right? Well, it's really an admission that they're trying to push the propaganda that Lachlan Murdoch and Rupert Murdoch want to push, because they're not really running media companies, they're running propaganda companies masquerading as media companies. And if they were generally media companies reporting the news, they don't have to worry about positioning or the messaging right in the news they're reporting, because they're reporting the news, they're reporting the facts. So let's have a listen to it.
I'm Ken Aletta, of course, from The New Yorker. Hi, Ken.
You mentioned that you were a social liberal, or to the left on social issues. You also extol the word empathy. Yet if you watch the primetime programming on Fox News, it's the opposite of that. Empathy is not championed, and they're socially very conservative. Do you plan to make any changes in that, since you have strong views on these things?
Look, I do have strong views on these things, and I think Ken, and you know this because you know our companies very well. I've run newspapers since I was 21 or 22 years old. I don't, and it's a practice I've had. I know it's a standard practice. It should be if it isn't, but I think it is a standard practice in almost every newsroom, certainly in the Western world. I don't tell journalists what to say or what to write. That's not my role. What I do running a media organization is obviously work closely with the managers of those newsrooms and with the managers of those newspapers, and it's important that they get the positioning and the messaging right. We don't always get it right. And we have to call ourselves out on that when we make a mistake.
I understand that you don't tell them what to do, but are you embarrassed by what they do?
No, I'm not embarrassed by what they do at all. You have to understand that Fox News is the only mass media company in America, in this country, with conservative opinion, with strong conservative opinion in prime time. It's the only one, right? It's not one of a few, it's the only one. And I frankly feel in this country, we all have to be more tolerant of each other's views. And that goes for everyone in this room, everyone in this country, everyone on both coasts and in the middle. And that's the problem. We've come to this point where we are more and more intolerant of each other, and frankly, that just has to change. So, thank you for the question.
Lachlan Murdoch, thank you for your candor, for being here. I really appreciate it.
So that's Lachlan Murdoch. He says he doesn't tell journalists what to say, but then in the next sentence, he's talking about how he's working closely with the managers of those newsrooms, which are the editors. And because he wants to make sure they're getting the positioning and the messaging right of news. No, it's only propaganda where he'd be worried about getting the positioning and the messaging right. Then he talks about working closely with the managers of the newspapers. Well, why is he, if he's working closely with the managers of the newspapers, he doesn't need to work closely with the managers of the newsrooms, because he's running two companies or three companies worth a total of over $30 billion. Why is he working closely with low-level people like the editors of the newsrooms? Because he's running a propaganda company and he wants to get his lies, deception and deceit out there. That's why he's working closely with them. Now, that admission in that video will highly likely and almost certainly get a run in the Dominion voting systems court case, where they're suing Fox News and Fox Corp for billions of dollars. and Smartmatic are suing them as well. So I think that video of Lachlan making those admissions will get a run, and it'll probably get a run in the court case here in Australia, where Lachlan Murdoch is suing the small news website Crikey for defamation, which is linked to the Dominion and Smartmatic cases in the US as well. And there's probably other court cases, and the reason I mentioned could cost News Corp billions, because that's an associated company, and I suspect if the companies like Dominion and Smartmatic get up in the US and Crikey here has a win, that could have an impact on others potentially suing News Corp and Fox News and Fox Corp and cost them a lot of money. Now, over the next few weeks, I'll be publishing a few more videos in relation to Rupert Murdoch and Lachlan Murdoch, and then making certain admissions on video. Because I think 2023 could be the year where they start to crumble, News Corp and their dodgy companies. A lot of people have had a gutful of them, and a lot of people have had a lot of damage done to them by those lies that News Corp publish on a day-to-day basis, and so do Fox News and Fox Corp. Kangaroo Court of Australia is an independent media site, publishing a YouTube channel, website and Facebook page. So please support us on Patreon. You'll find the link below the video on YouTube and also on my website. And you can donate any amount, $3, $5, $10 a month, whatever suits your budget. Helps to produce videos like this. Now, I'll be publishing more on this topic on my website, Kangaroo Court of Australia, on Sunday the 29th of January, 2023. So make sure you visit the site. It'll be published Sunday morning, and you'll be able to click on the links for further information. And please share this video on Facebook and Twitter, etc. Other than that, thank you for your time and have a good day.